Mr. Camargo, you may begin.
Chairman PragerU, Ranking Member Crockett, Ranking Member Raskin, and members of the subcommittee, thank you for your invitation to share my experience and offer my thoughts on recent American action against Venezuelan criminals. One of those criminals once accused me of being a terrorist, but today the real terrorist, Nicolás Maduro, is behind bars. I was born in Venezuela and soon experienced the failures of socialism. When I spoke out, I was accused of terrorism under a so-called law against hatred. I could have been thrown in jail for as many as 20 years. I escaped, but my family wasn't so lucky. My cousin was tortured and spent more than 2 years in political prison. I was blessed to legally immigrate to the United States and I was granted asylum. Today, I work at PragerU, where I promote American values. One value that made the United States the greatest country on earth is moral clarity. Ronald Reagan was quite clear when he called the Soviet Union an evil empire. And for that same reason, it is important to be clear today. Maduro was not simply a bad president or a wrong leader. He's an evil narco-terrorist who committed crimes against Americans. There are some here today who can testify to the legality of Operation Absolute Resolve. I want to testify to its necessity. Let me first explain why Maduro's capture serves American interests. The Chavez and Maduro regimes turned Venezuela from a long-time ally of the United States into a drug cartel. 250 tons of cocaine moved through Venezuela each year under the protection of the regime itself, otherwise known as Cartel de los Soles, Cartel of the Suns. 30,000 Americans die from cocaine overdoses every single year. When a narco regime floods our neighborhoods with dangerous drugs, American families pay the price. That is why the Department of Justice indicted Nicolás Maduro in 2020 for narco-terrorism. But drug trafficking was not Maduro's only crime. The regime established an official government conspiracy of sending violent criminals to the United States with a not-so-secret goal to subvert this country. Among them were members of the dangerous gang Tren de Aragua, who were responsible for armed robberies, sexual assaults, and the vicious murders of Lakin Riley and of Jocelyn Nungaray. Make no mistake, this was not an accident. It was part of a deliberate regime strategy. Just ask Hugo El Pollo Carvajal. The head of Venezuela's military intelligence revealed the truth about drug trafficking. It was not about making money. Drugs were deliberately used as a weapon of mass destruction against the United States. Carvajal detailed the regime's collusion with Colombian guerrilla, Hezbollah terrorists, and Cuban intelligence. In other words, one of the architects of the policy itself revealed the truth. The ultimate goal was to destabilize these United States of America. That is reason enough to indict Nicolás Maduro, to capture him, and to bring him to justice. Anything less would have amounted to a dereliction of duty. American action in Venezuela, therefore, was not some rogue act of aggression. It was in defense of the sovereignty and security of the American people. Some suggest Venezuela also has a right to sovereignty, of self-determination. I agree. A majority of Venezuelans agree. But are those claiming to advocate for Venezuela talking about sovereignty of the Venezuelan people or about sovereignty of the regime? Too many describe Maduro as a legitimate president. He wasn't. Most international observers concluded elections were stolen in 2013, in 2018, and in 2024. He was not kidnapped. Maduro was a fugitive indicted by the US Department of Justice who failed the long arm of the law. When we protested in Venezuela, some of us would carry the American flag. That flag right there. Because it has a very powerful meaning, something innate in each of us, freedom. Today, I have never seen Venezuelans so optimistic. If the country of my birth becomes free again, it would benefit both Venezuela and the United States. America would be stronger without a narco-terrorist base just a short flight from Miami. Our economy would be stronger, more prosperous, alongside an ally who no longer does business with adversaries like China. There is no doubt America would be safer, stronger, more prosperous with a free Venezuela. The capture of Nicolás Maduro was not only justified, it was necessary for the security of the American people. Thank you, and I look forward for your questions.